I want to talk to you today about the meaning of a particular verse that we chant, in fact, as an offering for eating meals. We can call it the food prayer or a food prayer. And it's very short, and the last part of it says, "May all these sentient beings enjoy the well-prepared food of Samadhi." And this is very meaningful. Of course, Samadhi means concentrated state of mind or stillness. It can mean many different things depending upon the type of meditation or the level of meditation, but most basically, Samadhi means a concentrated state of attention or awareness, non-distracted mind, undisturbed mind. So we make this prayer of offering that by eating delicious food, may all sentient beings at the same time enjoy the well-prepared food of Samadhi. And this is very significant for a number of reasons. There's a lot of meaning to unpack here. In Tibetan, when we talk about eating or taste or food, it's meant to convey the sense of something that's very personal and direct. Of all of the different senses we have, hearing and sight and smell and so on, it's touch and taste that are considered the most direct, most personal or private or interior. Like when we talk about having a profound meditation experience, the image that we use is of like a mute person tasting molasses for the first time. They have the taste of something, but they can't even describe what it's like. So that's an example. Or in the prayer in the Kagyu lineage, it's called the Dorje Chang Tungma, the lineage prayer in the Kagyus. They talk about the essence of mind, and in the Kagyu Mahamudra tradition, the direct experience of mind's nature is again described in terms of the sense of taste. First you have concentration, and then you have simplicity, and then you have one taste. One taste means you recognize the single essence of all experiences, and we'll talk about that a bit later, and you'll hear more and more about that the more you practice meditation and study with Lama Surya. So the sense of taste, very personal, very powerful. We talk about the benefit to ourselves and all beings of experiencing the taste, the food, the delicious, well-prepared food of Samadhi, not just any food. So let's think for a second about what to contrast that with. What is our mental diet before we come into a meditation retreat when we're very busy? Well, our diet is the fast junk food of stress, busyness, of hyperactivity, of overstimulation, of too many thoughts running through our minds, about the future. All of these emotions, I call that the fast junk food of the busy, non-meditating mind. That's what we can contrast the delicious, well-prepared food of Samadhi with. What are our minds consuming most of the time? Our minds, when not in a state of meditation, whether we're here or anywhere else, our minds are consuming what seems most attractive and desirable to our senses and to our thoughts, to our emotions in any moment, rejecting everything that seems non-attractive, undesirable, painful, unpleasant, or not giving a hoot because it seems neither particularly good or bad. That's a kind of a Canadian Midwest expression, not giving a hoot. Okay. I didn't want to use a bad word, so I said hoot. That's what our minds ordinarily do, and that diet, of course, makes us sick and unhealthy mentally. So coming onto a meditation retreat is like when you when you have an unhealthy lifestyle and a bad diet, eating junk food, you might say, enough of this, I'm going to go to a health spa and spend time like detoxing and it's taking all these herbal wrap treatments and learning how to improve my diet and getting massage and acupuncture and getting diet counseling and learning a good exercise regime, and I'll try to apply those principles to change my lifestyle after I've gone through that cleansing or detox process. So meditation retreat is very similar to that, except it happens mainly with the mind, but having immediate impact on our whole being at the same time, on our bodies as well. Mental stress creates physical stress creates mental stress. We are embodied human beings. We have a mind-body continuum, so we can't separate them. So whatever good we do for our minds, learning to feed our minds better, the benefit of that is felt with our bodies as well, and it's felt by everyone around us as well as we behave differently, more openly, calmly, kindly, and so on. So we learn to come on retreat and prepare ourselves, prepare our minds to savor the food of samadhi. I guess a bit more first about the mind that comes along with us even after we decide, I am going to meditate, I am going to bring my mind to a state of stillness, peace. The mind that is accustomed to subsisting on the junk food diet, that craves that diet of a lot of thoughts and stimulation and sensation. In Tibetan, we call that mind the mind of nyunmo. Sanskrit is kleshas. In English, I translate that often as mental disturbances, or the mind that likes to be agitated and disturbed in one way or another. It feels alive. In Tibetan, there's these two syllables, nyun and mong. Nyun means something like temporary insanity, and mong means not seeing that that's what is happening to you. So when we live under the power of nyun mongs, under the power of this self-blinded temporary insanity, then we don't see the harm that we're doing to ourselves through indulging every craving and getting angry at everything that threatens the satisfaction of our craving. We think that the world simply delivers things to us, and it's our job to kind of pick and choose, to accept and reject, and try to make things work out as well as possible in every moment. There's always this strategy and negotiation going on with our experience. But what we learn about this mind in a meditation retreat, well, really we learn, or should learn, two fundamental things about the mind by sitting down and simply looking at our experience, as I'm sure you've been taught to do. The first thing we learn about the mind is that, unique among all things in the universe, mind has the basic quality of knowing itself. Mind is the only event or phenomena or field or whatever in the universe that has this unique quality of knowing itself. Mind is that which knows itself. In Tibetan, that's called rangrik, self-aware. So when we feel an emotion, we not only feel the emotion, but we know that we are feeling the emotion, right?